What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. So we have some big news today coming from Coinbase. Now overall, I do think this is very fuddy and very weird timing. We have Coinbase making the announcement that their Coinbase Wallet will end support for Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, XRP, and XLM starting on December 5th. And everybody stay calm. If you do use Coinbase Wallet, I personally do not, but if you have your assets or XRP within Coinbase Wallet even after December 5th, provided you have that recovery phrase going forward, even next year, you'll still be able to withdraw your assets. Coinbase cited low usage as the reason for delisting these four coins. And for me, this is very fishy. This whole announcement came after a mega crash after being in a bear market for over a year, and XRP is still in the top 10. It's the 7th largest crypto, and 24-hour trade volume of almost $1 billion across all exchanges. And notice Coinbase declined CoinDesk's request for comment. Very fishy. I saw Roth Economan also pointing out, and it is really weird because keep in mind, Coinbase, they're no longer supporting XRP, an asset that they stopped selling years ago, and they felt like making a big announcement about it right now. So of course it has low trade volume with Coinbase. And Roth goes on to say, it does make you wonder if exchanges are more interested in new purchases than honest spreads. And I agree, why else would Coinbase continue to add a bunch of meme coins that nobody cares about? And I know there's assets like SHIB and there is a community, but there are other no-name projects that are microcaps that get listed on Coinbase right away. You want to know why? Because Coinbase is an investor. Another asset, Aptos or APT, guess who are the biggest investors behind this project? And I'm talking several $100 million. Coinbase, Binance, but also FTX. And notice, just like a few other projects that are backed by Coinbase, as soon as Aptos went live, it was listed on Coinbase right away. So for anybody new to crypto and worried about the Coinbase wallet removing support for XRP and a few other assets, you have a few options. You can set up your own personal wallet. I will link this in the video description. This is Ledger. Have custody of your crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. So it's extremely dangerous, especially in today's environment, to leave your assets on an exchange. Be sure to self-custody your assets. So I will link this right down in the video description. You can see a highlighted crypto wallet right there. Now this is for the Ledger Nano. Now I personally do use Ledger and I like it better than maybe an encrypted USB drive because it is tamper-proof as well. Now the good news is if you just want a free option and you're comfortable custodying your keys and still writing down your own seed phrase, you can use free options, whether that is Trust Wallet for ERC20s or a variety of projects. So you can set that up for free at trustwallet.com, or if you're in the XRP community, you should have this app and at least a wallet ready to go, and this is XUMM.app. And another option you could do, but of course it's still on an exchange, is maybe withdrawing from that Coinbase wallet and sending it to another crypto exchange like Uphold. But remember, self-custody is the smartest and safest solution. So if you have a big bag of crypto that you're sending, for example, if I'm sending XRP from my Coinbase wallet to my Sum application on my phone, I want to test it with a small transaction first. So maybe I'll just send 5 XRP as a test, make sure it gets to my wallet, all looks good, and then I'm comfortable sending the larger amount afterwards. And be sure to quadruple check those addresses. The good news about Sum is that you do not need a destination tag when you're sending to your own wallet. If you're sending to an exchange, typically you'll need a destination tag as well. Also, big shout out to King Solomon with this recent video. Russia announces international blockchain payment system. And King Solomon's the one that originally found over a year ago that the Central Bank of Russia, one of the BRICS nations, already trialed XRP. And that's a fact. And you can go right on YouTube to his channel, Central Bank of Russia with XRP. And he showed the original documents that he found last year. And you can see in quotes, Ripple platform can be considered as the basis for starting work on creating a system of cross-border settlements. And as we shared last video, 156 trillion were sent across borders alone in 2022. Now this is super interesting. So Henrik, one of the few people calling for a blow off top, and I know he's been calling this for well over a year, but it is interesting to see additional things in this market. So we have the Nifty 50 has been in correction, and notice he was saying an all-time high was coming, and the Nifty 50 officially made an all-time high today. Now he's calling a blow off top for the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, a variety of things, including other projects. He's calling a blow off top for some crypto assets, including Litecoin, and it does go in hand with what I'm seeing if you look at previous fractals of Waves and ZIL that occurred back in spring. As soon as I fly back home, I'll do an updated video going through some looks, because guess what? A blow off top is still possible, but the question is, have we bottomed? So he was one of the few people calling for a blow off top for the Nifty 50. And the Nifty 50 is a benchmark Indian stock market index that represents the weighted average of 50 of the largest Indian companies. Now I know some people will say, a small index, a couple $1 trillion made an all-time high, so what? Time will tell. Also, just wanted to share that Casper's network is resistant to dusting attacks. We can see Meta, the CTO. Did you know Casper network is resistant to dusting attacks? The account model plus named keys equals proof of acceptance. Only authorized keys with sufficient weight can store data in the accounts. I remember dusting attacks being a bigger issue back in 2017 as well. And if you want to learn more about dusting, you can go to Gemini. They have a blog called What is a Crypto Dusting Attack? And basically, a dusting attack is an attack in which a trace amount of crypto called dust is sent to thousands, even hundreds of thousands of wallets. For example, if you play with NFTs on OpenSea, or maybe you have a Ledger wallet, you might see a small fraction, a hundredth of a penny of XRP sent to your wallet, and you might say, who sent that to me? Because I didn't send that to myself. That's an example of a dusting attack. They send the smallest fractions of crypto to hundreds of thousands of addresses, and they're deployed in order to track these addresses with the hope of unmasking them and the owner. And dust is found on most public blockchains including Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Doge, XRP, etc. So this blog goes over it and how dusting attacks can actually be dangerous, so super interesting. However, there's always costs associated with dusting attacks, so cheaper networks are definitely easier to fall victim to this. And how can you avoid dusting attacks? Well, check this out. We have an HD wallet, a hierarchical deterministic wallet which creates new addresses each time you transact, making it harder to trace you. Super cool. Some wallets also show dust UTXO's unspent transaction outputs, which you can mark do not spend. These small amounts are then left in your wallet, and if you never use them, no one can track where they go. Other wallets only go online using the Tor network or a VPN. Now, across the board for the crypto market, there's a variety of Bitcoin price models. You can go on Glassnode. You can see a bunch of people posting, showing the bottom back here in 2012 before the 2013 bull run. You can see another bottom tagging that level. You can see the 2018 low, Bitcoin tagging that level. March 2020, the Black Swan event, got close, but not quite. And now we are back on that level. Question is, will we hold? And as that one adage goes, all models are wrong, but some are useful. Here's another example here by Bit Harrington, and we can see the realized price right here for the Bitcoin price chart. We can see even after falling below, we eventually climb back up. Back in 2015, the 2018 low, even during the 2020 crash. Next up, Matt Hamilton putting the typical maxis in place and informing them about XRP. And once again, Matt's a very smart guy. He is, as you can see, previously Ripple, IBM developer, you name it. And he goes on to say, the central banks don't like XRP for their central bank digital currency. They want to issue their own central bank digital currency on the XRP ledger. And speaking of XLS30D, we did a video on this 3 weeks ago. You can type in kevincage XLS30D or AMMs for automated market makers to check that out. And notice RippleX was posting this today. We can see the XLS30D or discussion spec for a protocol native automated market maker on the XRPL is now available for testing and development. After a bunch of testing, they're going to be ready to propose this amendment. Now, if greater than 80% of the validators accept this proposal and the approval rate remains at or above 80% for a minimum of 2 weeks, a functioning AMM protocol as specified in XLS30D will become live, open source technology on the XRPL. So we have automated market makers, we have NFTs on the XRP ledger, and of course hooks. And little by little, the XRP ledger is becoming a very legitimate layer 1. We went over the XLS30D discussion, not an amendment per se yet, in that video, and we actually went over the benefits and the absolute genius of David Schwartz with his thoughts in the abstract. And the more liquidity, the better. As Chris Larson has said, liquidity begets liquidity. It'll attract more liquidity like a black hole, just attracting and sucking up all the value, all the money. So I know we have AMMs, we also have the Ripple Liquidity Hub that is live with Super Mojo, and I'm excited for that to launch and specifically use XRP in the future, but we can see Just a Tech Guy, another great mind in this space. The XRP liquidity pool effectively turns all paired currencies and commodities into a single marketplace. Imagine needing to hop from decentralized exchange to another in search for liquidity that's slow, expensive, and there's volatility risk. Also, Wrath Economy sharing that Ripple yet again is mentioned in the Kuwait Financial House Q1 report. So we can open up this document for the Kuwait Finance House and we can see Ripple right here under blockchain technology. And also Ripple's been partnered with the Kuwait Finance House for cross-border payments since 2018. And Wrath goes on to say it's interesting it's listed under corporate banking and project finance rather than retail and private banking. Now a buddy shared this with me. This is an amazing thread, so if you have time, please check this out. The world has 8 billion people. Less than 1% will be ready for 2030. Here's a list of 20 plus terms to get you up to speed starting today. So I'll speed through a couple of these, but just super interesting. And when I'm going through the terms, understand the use cases at scale for Web3, DLT, and crypto assets. Talking about algorithms, artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles and AVs, 3D avatars in the metaverse, blockchain or any type of tamper-proof record of transactional data. Everything is a transaction. It is not just value. It's an email. It's a text message. Any type of transaction that can be recorded on a ledger. So blockchain is much more than value. It is everything. By 2030, blockchain will be the base layer of 90% of the internet. Now remember, blockchain is the umbrella term. Really, I'm just talking about distributed ledger technologies, and some of it could be built on a DAG or other type of networks. This is a cool term, Cave Automatic Virtual Environment, a VR space where walls, floors, and ceilings act as giant projection surfaces to create a highly immersive virtual environment. And these caves will be transforming learning in every industry. Also chatbots and automation between online retail, education, and healthcare. Computer vision is really creepy with AI training a computer to kind of watch the visual world. Reminds me of China. I'm not a fan of it, but guys, I'm going to make the most of it and try to make money for my loved ones because this change, whether we like it or not, is coming. Of course, DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, these will be a governance model that will be used by huge companies in the future. There's still going to be centralized systems, I get it, but we're going to see a huge migration towards DAOs for governance. DAOs will be on the Fortune 500 list, and I agree. Very similar to Hedera Hashgraph and their token HBAR, their global governing council, we can see one of the biggest DAOs with the largest companies, ServiceNow, FIS, Google, IBM, LG, building an HBAR wallet, DBS, out of Singapore. DLA Piper, also a Casper partner. Nomura, remember they are building DeFi products and they're on Hedera's governing council. Is it a stretch to imagine that they're going to be building some HBAR products? In Aberdeen, we're talking billions in assets under management. And of course, Boeing. So this is an example of a DAO for a crypto project, but there will be other organizations that actually leverage a DAO for governance for different types of voting. Facial recognition, creepy, not a fan. Gene therapy, also creepy, but I know it's happening. Genetic engineering, also happening, has been happening for years. Haptics, a technology that can create an experience of touch by applying forces, vibrations, or emotions to the user. Most frequently delivered via specialized gloves in VR games. And just like Elon Musk has said, reaching singularity, in the scheme of things, since humanity has existed, it's been a split second in the scheme of things when you're talking space-time. If humanity survives, continues to evolve, can you even fathom? We've seen the developments of technology in the past 100 years. Imagine 100,000 years in the future if we don't all kill each other. The technology would be so advanced, it would probably seem like magic today. And in theory, we would reach technological singularity, being unable to differentiate between VR and real life because it is just so realistic. Also, mobility as a service. We've talked about this for crypto before, but think about the implications for Internet of Things devices and IoT and, even projects like IOTA themselves. Once again, Casper is chosen by the city of Fuzhou and also the blockchain service network in China. And what is it? We've done a couple videos on it. I think it's like 90 nodes alone. But to my next point, platooning for smart cars and autonomous vehicles, all types of new terms. Smart contracts to create business logic, if and then statements. This thing, I'm not a fan. I don't even want to say it out loud. Not a fan, but just showing you some key terms. Tokenization, this is happening today in front of us for a variety of asset classes. Vehicle to everything, V2X, a network which connects vehicles to the world around them. Now imagine this. This is just vehicles. Now imagine networks that connect your phone to everything. Imagine networks that are connected to your shoes, the refrigerator. You can see in this example, other vehicles sensing each other, traffic lights, parking lots. Sensors monitoring weather, road conditions, pollution levels, and much more. So vehicle to everything is hoping to reduce auto accidents. And of course, there's a darker side to all of this, and this is control. This is monitoring everything, which is very creepy. Virtual reality therapy, which I think will be really big. VR in healthcare is projected to be a $20 billion market by 2030. Web3, of course, we are owning a protocol, not just a single share in a single company. We can own a crypto asset, and if used at scale, we are owning a piece of the protocol that is used by all of the biggest companies. The risk might be greater, but the upside is orders of magnitude higher. So anyways, that is just an amazing thread, guys, if you want to check it out, shared by Misha. And last but not least, iTrustCapital linked in the video description. You don't have to use my link, but if you do create a free account and you fund your account, you also get a $100 funding reward. And this was shared a while back of iTrustCapital hitting a $6 billion transaction milestone. So once again, you can start with as little as $1,000 with a retirement account. If you have money already being held hostage in a 401k or in another Roth IRA and you want a little crypto exposure, iTrustCapital is what I've personally used since the beginning of 2020. You can go right to pricing and you can see for yourself. It is completely free, $0 per month. Just a 1% transaction fee just like Coinbase, but the benefit is a Roth IRA is tax-free. I'm paying 0% in capital gains. And I don't even want to talk about some of the short-term and long-term capital gains taxes that I've paid over the last few years. It's been insane. It's not always 10% or 15%. Sometimes it's as high as 37% plus. So I'm definitely appreciative of having another nest egg within iTrustCapital that is completely free and I can just set and forget. I can set limit orders, I can sit in US dollar, anything I need 24/7, 365. But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out my link tree for all crypto services and discounts. Get your crypto off an exchange. There are free options. If you did want to get a Ledger Nano, you can go right here to Crypto Wallet. Be safe, I'll be home in a couple days and I'll catch you in the next one.